Get ready. This is legal passage. Section 35 of the Advocates Act provides in respect of punishment for professional or other misconduct. It provides that where on receipt of a complaint or otherwise a state bar council has reason to believe that any advocate on its roll has been guilty of professional or other misconduct, it shall refer the case for disposal to its disciplinary committee. Section 35 empowers the disciplinary committee to reprimand the advocate or suspend the advocate from practice for such period as it may deem fit or remove the name of the advocate from the state roll of advocates. However, an appeal against the order of the disciplinary committee may be preferred to the Bar Council of India and thereafter to the Supreme Court against the order of the Bar Council of India. Section 35 of the Advocates Act makes it clear that an advocate may be punished not only for professional misconduct but also for other misconduct. From the preamble of the rules made by the Bar Council of India, it is evident that these rules contain canons of conduct and etiquette adopted as general guidelines, and the specific mentioned thereof should not be construed as a denial of the existence of other equally imperative, though not specifically mentioned. Consequently, an advocate may be punished not only for the act or conduct specified in the rule as misconduct but also for the other acts or conducts which are taken as misconduct. The Act also makes it clear that an advocate may be punished for professional or other misconduct. The provisions as to punishment thus are not confined to the professional misconduct only, it extends to the other misconduct also. In a case, the Supreme Court has explained the term misconduct in connection with the misconduct of a personnel in the police department but may be applied in determining whether or not a conduct amounts to misconduct. The Supreme Court has observed that the term misconduct may involve more turpitude, it must be improper or wrong behavior, unlawful behavior, willful in character, forbidden act, a transgression of established and a definite rule of action or code of conduct, but not mere error of judgment, carelessness, or negligence in performance of duty. The act complained of bears forbidden quality or character. The court has made it clear that its ambit has to be construed with respect to the subject matter and the context wherein the term occurs, regard being had to the scope of the statute and the public purpose it seeks to serve. The term misconduct has been defined in Black's dictionary as a transgression of some established and definite rule of action, a forbidden act, a dereliction of duty, unlawful behavior, willful in character, improper or wrong behavior. Its synonyms are misdemeanor, impropriety, mismanagement, offense, but not negligence or carelessness. In Chaurasia versus Murli, the Supreme Court has held that misconduct has not been defined in the Advocates Act 1961. Misconduct, inter alia, envisages breach of discipline, although it would not be possible to lay down exhaustively as to what would constitute misconduct and indiscipline, which, however, is wide enough to include wrongful omission or commission, whether done or omitted to be done intentionally or unintentionally. It means improper behavior, intentional wrongdoing, or deliberate violation of a rule of standard of behavior. Misconduct is said to be a transgression of some established and definite rule of action where no discretion is left except what necessity may demand. it is a violation of definite law. Section 35 refers to imposition of punishment for professional or other misconduct. A member of legal profession, which is a noble one, is expected to maintain a standard in dignified and determined manner. The standard required to be maintained by the member of the legal profession must be commensurate with the nobility thereof. A lawyer is obligated to observe those norms which make him worthy of the confidence of the community in him as an officer of the court. Although the power of the bar council is not limited, the thrust of charge must be such which would necessitate initiation of disciplinary proceedings. A professional or other misconduct committed by a member of the profession should ordinarily be judged qua profession. To determine the quantum of punishment which may be imposed on an advocate, the test of proportionality shall be applied, which should also depend upon the nature of the acts complained of. No universal rule thus can be laid down as regards initiation of a proceeding for misconduct of a member of the profession. Misconduct is thus a wide expression. To treat a conduct as misconduct, it is not necessary that it should involve moral turpitude. A conduct may be taken as misconduct although it does not involve moral turpitude. Any conduct which in any way renders a person unfit for the exercise of his profession or is likely to tamper or embarrass the administration of justice by the High Court or any other court subordinate thereto may be taken as misconduct. The term misconduct may be taken to mean infamous conduct. The expression infamous conduct in professional respect has been defined by Lopes in respect of medical profession, but it has been applied even in respect of legal profession, that is, it has been applied in determining the professional misconduct of a lawyer. A lawyer is bound to conduct himself in a manner befitting the high and honorable legal profession, and if he departs from the high standard which the profession has set for itself and demands of him in professional matter, he will be liable to disciplinary action. The fact of there being no specific rule governing this particular situation is not any reason for accepting a less rigid standard. If the conduct of an advocate is such as to make him unworthy to remain a member of the honorable legal profession and unfit to be entrusted with the responsible duties that an advocate is called upon to perform, he will be held guilty of misconduct and may be punished therefore.